Okay, this is going to be the beginning of a tutorial for ArcGIS using Arcmap. This is version 10.5.1, but the versions usually don't change a whole lot. We're going to start out with creating a new map, then go to connecting to a folder, which you'll have to do in order to add data, which is next. Then we're going to go over the order of the layers, the drawing order. And then lastly on this one, we're going to go into the two different kinds of map views that are in Arcmap. So here we go. When you're creating a new map, this is what your opening screen will be like. You'll have the table of contents over here and the map data view over here. To open a map, you would use the open folder icon. To create a brand new one, you would use the new create new map icon. We've already got this one open. Now, one of the first things I want you to notice is down here you're with unknown units. It doesn't know what coordinate system you're going to use yet. You can set this manually by going to Customize, Arcmap Options, and then in Data View you'll see a dialog box. Here, the third square is to use these measurements instead of data frame units. It's set on default to degrees, minutes, seconds, so we want to go to decimal degrees and raise the points to about 6 and click OK. You're going to see it change down here to decimal degrees, but it's not quite the area we're in because we haven't added any data to it yet for it to know. So that's the next thing we're going to do, is add some data. Okay, right off the bat, to add the data, you can click in this Add Data button, and it will open up a dialog box. But first, what you need to do, once you click this, is go to the Connect to Folder icon. And when you do this, it'll open up this dialog box here. And the only thing you have to do is go to the folder where your data is. This could be anywhere on your computer, the S drive here, GIS. That is the folder where a lot of the data is. So you click OK, and then the next time you add data, this will be shown. That's one way. Now you'll notice also there's an arrow here. When you click this arrow, you can either go to the Add Data like we just did, or Add Base Map. The base maps are from ESRI. They are just standard base maps that come along with the program. They will be shown in the background of your map. They have a lot of imagery, topo, the terrain is like a relief map, street, open street maps. So you can choose any of these to be your background. But for right now, we're just going to go to Add Data. And what you're looking for really is this icon. It's a cylinder with the GDB tag on the end, which stands for Geodatabase. This is where most of the features in roads, bridges, things like that are going to be. So you double click there, and we have different types of data sets in here. For right now, we're going to go with boundaries. You'll notice everything inside of this will be concerning boundaries, and usually these will be polygons. So let's add the county layer. Now, also right off the bat, you're going to notice that these are green. You won't be able to see through these, and I don't usually like to keep them this way. I like to put no color in, no color fill at all, because it kind of distorts the view of everything else. To do that, you move over here to the table of contents, double click on the feature, go to fill color, and just put no color. Now I like to put an outline, dark black, on about a 1. And then click OK. And then you're going to have all your counties here listed. Now, to show you about the drawing order, we're going to go back to Add Data, and we're going to put the districts in here. These are all 10 districts. Now you'll notice, let's change this fill color back to something bright red maybe. Now you're going to notice you don't see the counties or the color. And that's because Arcmap shows and displays the map according to what is on the top on down in sequence. So if I were to drag districts down below by holding onto it and dragging down, then you're going to see all the counties and you won't see any of the districts. So that's very important. Now, if you put something bridges down below here, you won't be able to see them unless you go through and make everything no color, which is more or less hollow, what they call hollow. And we'll do it to the districts as well. But this time we're going to make the outline a little bit bigger and in red. So now you can see all the district outlines and the county outlines. Now just to emphasize this, I'm going to zoom in really close here. You can't see the black line underneath the red district line. But if I were to move this up, the district covers it up. Here, I'll show you. Do this like a yellow color. You see now, since the counties are on the top, districts underneath, it still shows them, but because the district's a thicker level here and in red, you can see it underneath. So it does matter. It does matter in what drawing order you have your features. Now the last thing on here I want to show you is the map views. There are two different types of map views. We're in the data view right now. You can put your mouse here and see that. The one next to it is the layout view. And the big difference here, the data view is mainly just to work within the map. It will let you zoom in, pick things. Your extent and clarity changes as you zoom in. But if you're in layout, this basically means that you're looking at either a printed version, what it would look like if you printed this map, or if you saved it off, exported it as a PDF or JPEG. This is the view you're going to be looking at. Now, I want to show you the big difference here in the layout view. If you zoom in the layout view, you'll notice these ruler markers keep getting bigger. That's because in layout view, when you zoom in, you're actually only, think of it like this, you're moving your eye closer to the paper of the map that's printed. That is the way the zoom works on the layout view. On the data view, when you zoom in, you're zooming into that particular area of the map itself, not of the printed map, but of the map itself. So I hope that's pretty easy to understand. And that's the end of the first tutorial, and we'll move on to something new on the second one.